sort of person to run. I'm not the sort of person.
And what it takes to make a solution, fighting against the pressure.
Actually, Jay, we'll start this little thing. Where were you born?
I was born in the Caribbean, a place called St. Kitts and Nevis.
Okay, right. Do you remember much of your childhood?
Well, that was more babyhood.
Oh, was it? Ah, right, okay.
You know, I believe I can go back to the age of 3.
Yeah?
I think so, yeah. Because I've got this memory in my head. Me and my sister going to the childminders, and she wasn't even 1. She couldn't have been more than 6 months. So I'd have been 3. So I do remember 2 occasions of my mum taking me to the childminders. It was like early in the morning, you know, like how when it's dark in the morning, winter time.
Right.
But that's like the only flash, and I remember the childminder as well. When I say remember it, you know, I remember the name.
Was that back home?
No, Manchester.
No, what I was going to say, what do you remember about coming to the UK? That was but you've already told me.
You know, came here at 1, went straight to Manchester, lived there for about 4 or 5 years,
Oh, yeah, okay.
and then come back to Bradford.
How old were you when you arrived?
I would say 6, because if I remember rightly, I started school at 6, because I wasn't going to school in Manchester, but I started school in Bradford here. So.
Can you remember what your parents' hopes were when they came to UK? Why did they come?
Not my dad. I don't remember my dad's hopes and dreams, but my mum, yeah. My mum came over to join my dad. They got married. I know my mum's plans was for her to work and help her family back home. That was her main thing I used to hear her say, really. I didn't hear more than that.
What was, can you remember what Bradford was like as a young black person?
Yeah, man, I can, man, because I remember, you know, like I said, I was about 6 when I came back to Bradford, and I remember going to school in the morning, and I always remember the fog. We don't get fog now like how we used to. I remember you get fog, you couldn't see more than a foot in front of you, and I used to think sometimes, how the heck am I going to go to school? And we used to go to school by ourselves, me and my 2 cousins and my sister, yeah.
I think you had to those days.
Yeah, man, it was a good way, you know, from Hollins Road all the way, you know where Inglebury Road is?
Oh yeah, that is
Where
quite...
Kentucky, yeah. As kids,
How old were you?
6. I used to think, when I got older, I used to think, my God, we used to go all the way on that road. In fog as well, Peter, as well, in fog.
But I suppose back home, you know what I mean? No, I know, but back home, it was a regular, you send your kids miles, you know what I mean? So they're going off them things.
Yeah.
But still.
I wouldn't send my 6-year-old child to school on the road at that distance.
No, not now. Did you can you remember if you felt British, Caribbean, or both? You know, how would you made to feel? How did you feel?
To be honest, I think I felt a bit of all.
Yeah.
But when you get down to the end of it, I feel like none. You know, there's times where I felt Caribbean, there's times where I felt British, and then there's times where I just don't feel British or none of it at all sometimes, you know.
Okay.
It's staged in my life, you know, as you learn different stuff, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, at the moment now, I'm just a man.
When did you first become aware of, like, race difference, you know what I mean, as a black child, as a whatever child, coloured?
I think one of earliest memories, if I can remember rightly, Manchester again. And I remember these children used to call me Wog. And at the time I didn't know what Wog meant. So I'd go into...
How old were you?
I'd have been about 4 or 5, round about the ages there. But every time I kind of... I don't know where these kids live.
Were the white children?
The white children, yeah. They must have been in the area where I was. But I remember every time I kind of buck up with them, or went outside, or wherever it was, I saw them, you Wog, come in, you Wog, you little Wog. And at first, when they first called me, I didn't really know what was going on, you know what I mean? I just thought it was some kind of friend thing.
Yeah.
But when I went to my mum and asked
Your regular age group?
Yeah, kids, yeah.
At 6?
I don't know how old they were. They'd have been, I don't know, to be honest, I can't remember.
They know what I mean, your peer group, but they will be, not your peer group, they'll have been older kids.
No, these are kids that, they were little kids, some of them were little kids at my age, yes.
Yeah, well, that's what I meant.
Oh, yeah, some maybe a little older, but, you know, they've been 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, yeah.
Regular, right. Did you fight them or anything?
No, not on that occasion, no.
Yeah, because you didn't know what it was.
No, I went and asked my mum and she told me it's something they call black people take no notice if them calling it, bust them up and all that kind of stuff. But I've had loads of fights, beat-ups over them words there. That's
all right.
Moving hard now, you know, when I hear people call people nigger, and I think to myself, geez, you know, I've had loads of beating up, fighting, chased over that word, and now they're talking using it willy-nilly.
It went quiet for a while, but it seems like it's coming back now. That's partly why.
The Americans are in it, and you know, we try to follow the Americans to an extent.
Reform and all, and the politics are getting a little like, man, if you take button stick again and you know what I mean, and God Street.
Full circle.
Yeah. Moving forward a little bit, Jerry. Just to get a bit of background, a little bit. Did you start off in sound system, or what was the first sound system record or artist that shaped you?
Right. Oh gosh, that's a hard one. I don't think any music actually shaped me, to be honest. Not shaped me like that, but you know, I like music. Sound systems. No, I used to listen to Scorcher. I think they might have been one of the first sound systems.
Scorcher, local Scorcher sound system, Barry.
Bradford, yeah, Scorcher International, or Scorcher SRI, Scorcher Injection. They've had a few names, but I think they probably will be the earliest sound systems I've come across, along with some systems in Leeds, sound systems in Leeds. But as in shaping me, I don't think any artists actually shaped me. But I have, you know, I've liked many artists over the years.
What was music like at home?
Right, okay, so the first song what I can remember in my head, the very first track I can remember is I'll Be There by the Four Tops. Yeah, I remember being in Manchester at home, and I just remember that track used to be playing on a regular basis. So that's like kind of one of the first songs I remember. You know, some Beatles stuff and that, but the Four Tops, that was like the main one. And then from there, I used to go to a Green Lane Youth Club. And when I first started to go there, you know, they used to have a DJ down there already, Trevor Bailey, Dr. Funkenstein, the human body they call him. So he was like their main DJ. Yeah,
I know Trevor well. He's a local character. He's alright, I get on alright with Trevor, I like him.
So when he was playing the music now, he kind of opened it up for me.
Did he, Trevor?
Yeah, because he's playing funk music now. So, you know, I used to hear the stuff on Top of the Pops on the radio, but he was getting the imports now, you know, the real James Brown stuff and all them kind of tunes.
Oh, so, I didn't know that.
Yeah, man, he's the originator of funk, man, yeah. So we've got the Green Lane now, and funk and soul kind of opening up. You know, not just the TV and radio stuff now, it's imports now.
Yeah.
So, you know, I go down to Green Lane every 3-4 times a week. But as time went by now, you know, I started taking my records with me, you know, from records from home. Everybody used to take the records and get a play, but being a youngster, you've got no chance. So I went for months, maybe years, without getting a play. Anyway, I remember one Tuesday, Trevor never turned up. And that was my...
You get your break.
Yeah. I mentioned this to somebody earlier on, and you know, only about 2 people in the place, but you know, that was my break.
Well, I was going to come on to ask you that. We've already, that's you know, when did you move from listening to organising and promoting? But you know, that's a bit of a jump. But was music just entertainment, survival, and resistance? Was it kind of like getting an identity? What was the main thing? Did you just get a buzz out of it? Did you want to make a statement? Did you, you know?
I think possibly all those you've just asked me, you know, because I mean, at times, you know, as you know, music is powerful, and you know, it's getting certain messages across which people can't say sometimes. So certain music, you know, kind of opened me up, you know, brought me to life, saw me as I really am. You know, for instance, James Brown. Black and Proud, you know them kind of.
Yeah. It was them time. It was them kind of. What was it?
Black Power, Panther, and all them things there.
Yes, that's right. It was like a consciousness of raising.
That's right.
There was a lot of that. You had your regular soul thing, but there was. It was.
The one hitting the issues was a.
No.
Like
There was
man's were.
Civil rights movements and all that.
Yeah.
And back off. That's how it was very much. I think reggae came from all that. You know,
definitely.
Original reggae music. Anyway, I don't know if you know this, but how in your mind did Bradford's black music scene? How was it different from maybe London, Birmingham, Leeds?
Right, I couldn't speak for myself because everybody's got their own opinions and that. But for me, because Bradford is for me a smaller place than them other places you just mentioned, so I don't think we get the exposure and the support and all that we need.
No. That's right. You know. Because there was a larger collective and
making more noise.
Yeah. Because Bradford was together for a time, but then they spread us out a little bit. I mean, you just mentioned Trevor Bailey, but was there anybody else who were like unsung heroes of early music scene? There's many. Yeah, I don't say unsung heroes, but I mean, there's a lot of people out there who's influenced me. You know, I'm easily influenced by anybody really. Who just give a couple of names.
There's Roman Price.
No, he was more a musician. Yeah. Or is more of.
Are you talking about DJs?
Yeah, DJ, that type of thing. But Roman, what you saying, Roman?
Well, he kind of an influence.
Yeah, I suppose you could say, yeah. Okay.
You know, people like yourself, you know, because you guys were music people, so I used to watch you guys, you know, so in some way I know that you guys inspired me in some way or another, you know what I mean? Some more than some, but you know, like I said, I'm influenced by everybody, you know, I try, I'm not perfect, but I'm older now, so I've got more control over myself, and I just try and pick out the good bits and try and follow them, really.
Okay, well, what were the first events you helped to organise, kind of? How did it come from? Playing music, because you've been if not for me, the most influential stager of music. You've platformed many people. People have come up through your platform in centre of Bradford and all that. But when did you first start? Can you remember first events? Right, I know you might say like rave dances, was it?
No, it was way before that. I mean, as a child, you know, there was a group of us. There was myself, Peter White, Paul Brown, Neville Kuwaiti, Angela Jeffrey, Marjorie Jeffrey, Carol Jeffrey, Maxine Darian, and a few others who used to hang with us. And we used to go to this place called Marlborough, 40 Marlborough Road. Some students owned the house. And what they do for us, they give me the key.
Is that by the university?
It's just down the road, yeah.
All right, okay. Marlborough, yeah.
Students used to own it. So what they do, they give us the key, because they used to operate in Sloane Square where I used to live. And they'd give us the key, and we would go down there on a Wednesday, and we'd just go down there and play music. So that was kind of like my kind of first putting something together. And then from there, we used to go to Green Lane, like we said. I think Green Lane closed down or whatever it was. And then them same people who I just mentioned, we started to go into the city centre to a place called the Diamond Horseshoe. And we take our records and we just took it over, you know.
Where was the Diamond Horseshoe now? One at Ring Bar, was it?
No, you know what ice skating rink is?
Oh, yeah.
There.
That's all.
Yes. I think they called it Cuddles, I think, afterwards. So we went there and we actually just took over the place, because the place we're playing pop music. We'd go down there with our reggae tunes, Bob Marley and things like that, and we just hijacked the DJ, and he just played everything we asked him to play. Serious?
Yeah.
And then as time went by, so it was just our crew that used to go there, you know, with the blacks, and obviously it was a white place. And then after a couple of weeks, people were coming from Leeds, coming from Huddersfield to this place here. So I used to say to my friends, we actually created a scene because that were dead until, as in with black.
There was
people.
nothing there beforehand.
It was there for the poppy stuff. But as black people, we went there and we, like I said, we took it over. And
that's in the centre of Bradford. Where did you grow up? Where were you?
At that time, I was in Sloane Square.
Sloane Square.
Yeah.
Because that's a big iconic part, isn't it? Sloane Square was like, you see, like some of these American films where there's a lot of people, black people. I don't want to say, I say working class or,
It was working class, it was people underprivileged,
Yeah. But a good community.
Yeah.
It was a square, wasn't it?
That's right.
And it looked almost like I was going to say almost like a prison with the balconies and all that.
Right, yeah.
But people had that kind of togetherness that people in the ghetto.
That's right, yeah, because a lot of people who was there, they didn't have to be there. They shouldn't have been there, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
But sometimes it was like one of them. What do you call it? Like a signing post where you go off place, hang on for a bit, and then you go to
Yeah. Staging post. So
I saw many people come.
Well, it is because that was when people, first generation, people come from Yard, come from West Indies,
that's right,
and they just lock onto that place, and then they have the children trying to get a foothold.
That's right.
The front line. That's why I'm calling it Frontline Voices.
You sound straight there. Like it's kind of lowest of the lowest because it was a slum. It was a slum. When I first moved there, I mean,
can I just stop you there? Personal cost and sacrifice. What did this work cost you personally? Did you ever feel under-recognised? Were there financial risks involved? What kept you going? For you personally,
financially,
you said it did. Go on.
What it's cost? Well, I mean, you can't put a price on that, to be honest, because over these decades I've been doing what I'm doing. You cannot find a price for that. I'd probably say about $1 billion. But at the same time, what it's cost me, it's money well spent because I'm still here. I'm enjoying myself. I'm helping people. My aim as a youngster is to be a humble person, humble and mild. That's obviously I'm not always that, but that's what I strive to be. Humble and mild.
Humble and mild.
Humble and mild. That's what I want to be. If I can be like that 100% every day, I'll be loving it.
I'm not the sort of person to run. I'm not the sort of person